hell that thing get in here?
Gentlemen!
Let me go!
I suppose you're wondering why I've called you all here today.
You know, friend, if there's one thing I can't stand, it's a party crasher. You're him, huh? The Avenger. The killer of killers. Nice outfit. Not sure about his face, though.
I just want him.
Well, you can't have him.
I see you have made your decision. Now let's see you enforce it.
Oh, this is already boring the shit out of me. Kill him!
Communion After Dark.
Glaube
Is it you or is it me? Dancing in the shadows, always dancing in the shadows. Like a first time, as long as I remember you. Try to run away, but you can't escape yourself though. I know it feels like emptiness to spend a life that way. Is there any light inside your soul? Is it you or is it me? Dancing in the shadows, always dancing in the shadows, hiding in the shadows. They say you're not a good girl, you always lie to me. Love and pain get mixed again. You play your favorite game, and now it feels like emptiness to spend the life that way. Oh, we're so lying, but yours the worst. Is it you or is it me? Dancing in the shadows, always dancing in the shadows, hiding in the shadows. Is it you or is it me? Dancing in the shadows, always dancing in the shadows, hiding in the shadows. Is it you or is it me? Dancing in the shadows, always dancing in the shadows, hiding in the shadows.
I watch the stars which are flowing there for me. The sign of them in us is overwhelming me. I feel it, I breathe it, unbelievable. I feel it, I breathe it, unbelievable. Blessed are the years of the barefoot child. How could I not tell you that we're gonna fly again? Innocent, I feel it, I breathe it, unbelievable. I am a magic man. The world is not arranged by us. The only thing they want to send us to war to die. Oh no, no, no. How could I not tell you that we're gonna fly again? Innocent, blessed are the years of the barefoot child. I am a magic man. I am a magic man. I am your Santa Claus of subconscious. I feel it, I breathe it, unbelievable.
Body turns red and glow. and ask me questions, for I'm not here, I'm not real. It's just the sound of the machine, a clock that's ticking away, counting down the hours as we lie still. So don't ask me why I do this to myself. I've got no self-control. Well, if it happens to me, it could happen to you. So throw me a rope, throw it down, lift my feet right off the ground, cut me loose, give me a break. There's only so much I can take. So throw me a rope, throw it down, lift my feet right off the ground, cut me loose, give me a break. There's only so much I can take. So throw me a rope. When we wake up, will it be over? What will your friends believe? So take your cameras out, it's just the sound of the machine. My heart is ticking away, counting down the hours as we lie still. So throw me a rope, throw it down, lift my feet right off the ground, cut me loose, give me a break. There's only so much I can take. Throw me a rope, throw it down, lift my feet right off the ground, cut me loose, give me a break. There's only so much I can take. So throw me a rope. So don't ask me why I do this to myself. I've got no self-control. Well, if it happens to me, it could happen to you. So throw me a rope, throw it down, lift my feet right off the ground, cut me loose, give me a break. There's only so much I can take. Throw me a rope, throw it down, lift my feet right off the ground, cut me loose, give me a break. There's only so much I can take. So throw me a rope.
All right. Welcome back to Communion After Dark. It is August 2nd, first week of August. We've made it. And we have a special guest today. Very special. We have Danny Blue in studio with us.
Hi.
Joining us. Yeah. Hi, Danny. Thank you for joining our show.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me.
So we will be talking to Danny, of course. He also will be DJing on the show, so stay tuned for that coming up here in the next couple sets. You just heard, though, my set, again on Paradise. The last song was a world premiere from our guest from last week, Augur. So, world premiere on the show, and the song you heard was called Sound of the Machine. That will be available for purchase this coming Friday on their brand new label, The Big Chair, which is their own label that they're starting out. So support them, give them some love. I did want to, talk a little bit about the song since they were so kind to let us world premiere the track. He did say, just go over some stuff here. Brand new single, of course, as we mentioned, from Auger. And their new sound, he's combining, he said, rock influences with, the driving singles, a fresh new kind of take on their sound. Their established sound, though, is still in the song, but they definitely have added a few elements, which you'll hear when you listen to the track. And he said the song itself is about being overwhelming and overworked through people taking advantage of your helping nature.
Whoa.
So pretty interesting.
Pretty deep.
He says, I think it's important to broadcast a message like this to learn that it's okay to say no. And when you're down in the hole, it's okay to ask for help. Ask for a rope to help you climb out. So that was kind of a little background on the track itself that he sent over, and I wanted to make sure we got that out. Again, thank you to Auger. If you didn't see Kyle last week, he is on our show. Again, you can go back and watch that show. But yeah, thank you for allowing us to world premiere that track. And again, check out his new label, The Big Chair. It's on Bandcamp. So that song will be for purchase on Bandcamp. The fifth song in my set was by Echo Barrel. And Echo Barrel is out of, I believe, France, if I'm not mistaken. And the song you heard was Shalom. Maybe. Shalom.
Salami.
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 It's not salami. I say Shalom. And the song is called Suffer Me. And that is on the self-titled single. That is her first release as well. Outside of Cold Transmission. She's no longer on that label, it looks like, from what I can tell. She's not on their website anymore, so my guess is she's not on the label. Self-release, good stuff. I'm looking forward to it, and that's the first single off her upcoming album, which will come out in October. The fifth song in my set was by Yetzer Hara, who is out of Rome, Italy. And Yetzer Hara's song that I played was called Like Death. It's a brand new single that they sent over. It's on Bandcamp. Very harsh, dark electro out of Rome, Italy. Some interesting dark electro out of Rome. You don't really see that much out of Italy. More like post-punk usually out of Italy.
Okay, before that was Non-Human with the song Magic Man. And that is on their new release called Tomorrow's Heroine. Non-Human is out of Berlin, Germany. And that's like a 5-track EP that you can get on K-Dreams Records. And it's also
Love that track. Love that track. Man, that track is absolutely killer. And that whole EP is killer, but that track itself is like a dance floor filler. If you're not dancing to that song, you're missing something in your life.
All right, and prior to that, we heard brand new Last Activity with a song called Shadows from their Shadow single. And we want to thank Skycode for sending us more to play. Yeah.
And they're out of St. Petersburg, Russia. So that's pretty cool. I believe a large amount of the bands in Skycode are from Russia because I'm pretty sure that's where the label's based as well. That's some good stuff, too. I really like that new track by Last Activity. Second song I said was by Lorelei Dreaming. And that is a brand new album she's released called Future Fables. It was sent over by Distortion Productions, so thank you to Jim from Distortion. And the song you heard was To Leave This Heaven. That was track 5 on the brand new album. So you can pick that up. It's on Bandcamp as well. But good stuff from Distortion. I'm glad to see Jim release that album, and I think you'll really enjoy it if you like Lorelei Dreaming's previous stuff or that track I just played. It's a very good album. And I started off with brand new Blittingle. And the song that I played was Vir ist dein Meister. That is off the Victory of Light album, which we played many songs now off this album. And that is on Out of Line. So some good new stuff from Blittingle. And I just think that means where's my master? But
so. Or where's your master?
Or you're my master? Maybe.
Are you my mommy?
Right. So we're gonna do a shot of the week in honor of Danny joining us, which we've been trying to get Danny on the show for a while. So this
a year,
like
I think.
Big.
Just about a whole year.
So, all right, I'm excited about this, especially since we got new single to talk about later and everything. Here we go.
Much to discuss. Yeah.
Yes. All right, so here is my shot. If everybody is ready, we can
I have
do
a
it.
giant one. Like
Oh my gosh, that is huge. That's great
There
news.
you go.
All right, cheers.
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 Now drink your drink.
Thanks for him.
Yeah, wash that down. Yeah.
That shot I did is going to grow some hair on my chest finally after 50 some years. Man, oh man, that was maple whiskey with like a Canadian maple whiskey, I believe it is what it was, but it's just straight. Yeah, it was very warm.
It should be
Yeah.
good though.
It is good. No, it is good. It actually goes down smooth.
That maple.
So we are definitely gonna be talking to Danny because we have a large, like he said, a large amount to talk to him about. Brand new single out with Ashbury Heights, which is very exciting, which you'll be hearing as well coming up here. I just want to make quick announcements and then we will go to the next set and then we will be talking to Danny, of course, about his endeavors and everything. I want to thank everybody who has been tuning into or watching our Twitch stream, which we do every Friday from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Communionafterdark's Twitch channel. So if you're looking to kick off your weekend with some fun or some videos, check us out on there again. And thank you to everybody again who has been listening to our show. Truly appreciate it. Again, you can go to YouTube, Mixcloud, all the other places, Apple Podcasts. As Tom said last week, I guess we're on Amazon streaming now. We're also on Spotify. So you can find us pretty much anywhere. Hear This, which is a good new format that we're on as well. So that's it. What'd you say? Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah. So thank you again to Danny for joining us. And thank you to Augur again for letting us world premiere their track. Definitely check that out this coming Friday. Do not miss the brand new track from Augur. It's good stuff. I really liked it. And I'm looking forward to more stuff he's going to be putting out. As he mentioned last week, he will be trying to put out one track a month for the next year, which is kind of along the lines of what Daniel Graves started with this Perfection.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool
So
idea.
Interesting new format, and I think there are going to be more bands in the future that may be following that format as well, it looks like, but we will see. All right, Mouse is next. Come back.
This is Communion After Dark Radio, and you are listening to DJ Mouse.
Flesh and bone inside.
Christ. Who is Jesus Christ? Jesus Christ.
Killing in the name of freedom. standing. Take this devotion, sweet love demanding. It's a long way from misunderstanding. Take this devotion, sweet love demanding.
Communion After Dark. Welcome back to the second set of our show. I'm Mouse, and that was my set. The last song I played was Cruel Eyes. They are back with a new album coming out on October 4th. The album is going to be called Goodbye Divine, and the song I played is called Misunderstanding. It's a pre-order song, so you can go to Bandcamp now and get it, and then the album will come out later. That's on Cleopatra Records. And then before that, I played Code Red Core. They are harsh electro, dark electro out of Brazil. And that was the song Dark Whispers from their album called The Second Arrival Pater Mortis. And that is self-released on Bandcamp. Before that, I played HIV Positive with the song Warm Leatherette. And that was the Club Armor remix. And that is from the Electronic Manifesto. It's a tribute to Mute Records. That originally came out in 2009, but Unknown Pleasures has just released it digitally, available digitally on Bandcamp.
Nice. All right, the fourth song and Mouse's set was by Portvane. I believe that's how you pronounce that, Portvane. They are from Russia. The song is called Stay With Me, and that was a Dystoxia remix. Oh my God, that's hard to say. And that was on the brand new album they put out called Dancing in the Blood Part 1. Interesting. So Part 2 must be coming.
Yeah.
And that is on RUMF Records.
Oh, I thought it was Rumpf.
Rumpf? Could be Rumpf. Harsh Electro, they're out of Russia. Good stuff there.
Right, and then prior to that, we heard the legendary Orange Sector with the song called War of Religions. And that's remixed by our buddy Rob Dust on their latest War of Religions EP out on Infacted Recordings. I believe that's a digital-only release.
Yes. Before that, I played some Dark Synth, Extra Terra, and Laserpunk together on a track with the song Neo Wick Mode. It's just a single that you can get right now on Extra Terra's Bandcamp page. So go get that. And then before that, I started out with Malice Machine. I had played them last week for the first time, and I didn't have that much information about them. I do know that they're out of Pennsylvania, and they have a full album called Chemical Violence. The song I played today is called Prototype. I'm really loving this album, so definitely go check it out. It is also self-released on Bandcamp.
Nice.
All right. So we have a guest with us, Danny Blue.
What up?
So glad you can make it with us today. So we're really excited because you're going to be playing a new track where you're collaborating with Ashbury Heights.
The one and only Ashbury Heights.
The one and only. Like, how did that happen?
No,
So I have to ask, like,
of course.
What was it like? Like, how did you coordinate with them? Did you guys know each other? And what was it like working with them on this collaboration?
Word. So I'm glad I get to talk about it. So we did The Pale Horse, which came out last year. And then we were doing this follow-up remix album to accompany it. And we were looking for all these different acts. And we wanted people that fit each song to remix the songs. So one of the Paradise City remixes is by my producer, Walter, which I'm also playing later. And the other one was done by Ashbury Heights. We just reached out. They have such a unique sound. And I have like a weird steampunk background to my music. In like 2010, when I started making it, 2011, 12, I got started playing a lot of sets at like Steampunk World's Fair and Wicked Fair and these like kind of convention-y places would book me. And because I had this like crazy, I had all these looks and it was like 9-inch stilettos and corsets and all this like blood and stuff. It was
awesome.
In my performance art days back in the past. So I had this like love in my heart for steampunk, and this like their whole Victorian thing really spoke to me. So I wanted to reach out. They love the song. And Ashbury Heights does, Anders specifically, when he remixes, doesn't ever listen to the original track before remixing. He just takes the stem, he takes the vocal stem and builds from there. Wow. So the whole remix is actually on a different downbeat than the original song, which like threw me when I first heard it, but it's so wild. So if you listen to them back to back, you'll hear it, but it was like wild for me to hear it as the original artist because all I know was that downbeat, and then it was like super shifted. It was crazy. But he's a great dude, and he's incredible. They're all incredibly talented. That team is awesome. So after we did that remix, we like finished that out. He delivered it, putting it together, and then he was like, "Hey, I'd love to keep this collaboration working. We're doing a string of singles with features." And they did Wild Eyes, Black Moss, One Trick Pony. All these things are coming out with these different artists, and I was like, "Oh, that sounds amazing." So they sent me it was just like a demo of the song. It was like just Anders and like half the track, and it was so cool. So cool and so different for them. I think it's a real it's kind of a break from what they've been putting out.
And we're excited to hear it on the show.
I can't wait. I can't wait. So I did the vocals with Walter. We sent everything and back and forth. It actually took a bunch of months to put together, pandemic and everything. But I'm really excited that it's finally out and stoked that everyone's digging it so much. Good.
Yeah, there's a cool new video too for that as well that we played yesterday on our Twitch stream. Which
thank you.
Yeah, awesome looking video. I liked it. Yeah, very different for Ashbury Heights. A little more down tempo, like you said. Which I really like the way they changed up because I'm a huge fan of his music and the production he does for his music, and just in general, I just think he does an amazing job with all his tracks and how he puts everything together. So yeah, it's a great stuff, and it was great to see you on there too. And I like the video, cool, stylistic video. You guys did that obviously remote, but
no, I flew to Sweden and we did it remotely.
It looks good.
Let me tell you what.
Great.
Everyone should check out the video, and then you should know that I filmed that in my dining room with like one seamless backdrop and a red light, and like that was the whole. That was the production element. We just
seamless.
I just filmed a couple music videos for an upcoming thing that I might be able to talk about later. And it was like this 2-day thing, and like all these camera crews and production and lights and set. And then I think back to like mid-pandemic, and I'm recording this on like a single backdrop with like husband with an iPhone, just like.
That's awesome, though. I mean, it looks great.
Guess is great.
There's no way to guess that if you're watching that video that you're in your dining room.
That's it. If you know where your light is, you know what's going on.
Yeah. No, it looks great. Definitely.
Thank you.
But yes, check that out. It's on YouTube right now, the video for that song. But he's going to be playing that again coming up here in a moment in his set. So come back for some Danny Blue. And His DJ set is next. We'll see you soon.
Communion After Dark.
Hi, this is Iggy from Beyond Border, and you're listening to Radio Communion After Dark.
build up a hotter, but I stand out to sleep before the tide. I picked up on the madness, every mind-altering sip that we imbibed. It's time to wake up, to climb out of the rabbit hole. You've reached a full stop, you're all inertia down below. Wow, that is life insomnia. Just trying to make it fucking stop. out again. It's basic what you need, why can't you get it? You cry on the bed, it's not like you slept. Don't know why you've been, don't know why you did it. You don't like your face, focus on your breathing. It's basic what you need, why can't you get it?
Hi guys, welcome back to Communion After Dark. I am your guest DJ of this program. My name is Danny Blue. I'm a dark pop artist from New York City, and it is a pleasure to be here with you. The last song that you just heard was one of mine, remixed by my very own producer, Walter Casimir. The song is called Paradise City. It is available on the Pale Horse Pandemonium, or the Pale Horse Deluxe, depending on where you're listening or buying it. Spotify, Bandcamp, Apple, iTunes, YouTube, you know, all the whole deal. I hope you liked it. It was interesting to see how Walter was going to remix a song that he co-wrote and produced. But I think it was impressive that he was able to take such like a huge turn, especially at the end with the down-tempo section. But it had this like great like post-punk energy to it that I think was like really like pounded into the remix. That's not so much in the original song. And I love it. It's one of my favorite remixes of one of my songs that I've ever heard. So super proud to put that in there. Before that, you heard something that you probably heard before because it's like all over the radio, The Weeknd with Save Your Tears. He just did the remix with Ariana Grande, but I like the original, not more, just different. And I like to, when I do sets like this on shows that are generally more like dark or like alternative music, I like to throw in a major label artist sometimes to remind us that we're all kind of in the same place and we've all been in the same place. At one point, The Weeknd was a small artist and we all, you know, have to get to a place. And I think he does an incredible job bringing just like basic, real synth pop to mainstream pop music. I think he's doing a really good job, especially with this new album. And I've been a Weeknd fan for years, so.
Awesome.
That's great. He's an incredible artist and he's incredibly talented in terms of performance and writing, which I think is a rarity when it comes to like major label mainstream pop like that. So I think, very impressive. And the 80s influence is so clear and so strong and obvious that I couldn't look away. I had to put it in the set.
Awesome.
Yeah. So the song right before that was a song called Pursuit by Pixel Griff out of Chicago. Pixel Griff is really, I can't say anything except for they're really cool. They're such a cool act. They're super queer, which I love. And I read an interview with them where they said that they were hesitant about performing live because they didn't know where they could take this music and with their queer influence and be queer live, and it was like there's no place for it. And they finally found that in this like alt-dark community, which made me extremely happy. Because I've always found that the alternative community is incredibly accepting and wonderful when it comes to all different walks of life. That's kind of like the deal with us, that like everybody's welcome. So it was nice to hear that was still true, especially in Chicago, which I've been to a couple times and I love so much. And they're cool. The influence is like, I feel like they're influenced from all over the place, but I get like Vogue influence, like Harlem Vogue. There's like 80s synth pop and like 90s throwbacks, and it's very, very cool. Really cool band. You should definitely check them out. They're available everywhere, especially on Bandcamp. You should support it. Before that, song number 4 was a song called Cyber Ravage, and it was the Morris Black remix. Now, I have to say that I don't know too much about Absolute Valentine and Power Nerd. I will look them up, as should you. But I stan everything Morris Black does. And ever since So we discovered Morris Black, my manager and I, when we were looking for remix artists for The Pale Horse for Pandemonium. And I found him, so sometimes on Spotify, you just like kind of go to Spotify and like fans also like, and fans also like, and fans also like, and just kind of find new people to listen to. So I was doing that with remixers, trying to find people who fit the song specifically. And I came across Morris Black and sent him immediately to my manager, and we were like obsessed. And he wound up getting him to remix Sanctuary, which is on Pandemonium. It was also a single we released before Pandemonium came out. And he's become like a friend now too, which is like really awesome. He was actually literally just sleeping on my couch last weekend because he came to New York to perform at a Stimulate show. Yeah. So he was just here. And Teaser, he's actually producing for my next body of work. So we're working on some more stuff together, which is incredibly exciting. But song 4 was the Morris Black remix of Cyber Ravage. And if you're into anything dance and industrial, bass and goth, alternative, and anything in that category or all those categories, you'll love Morris Black. Morris Black is so good. I'm sure you play him here all the time because he's releasing stuff like every day. Big Morris Black fan. Before that was a song called Basic Needs by Minuet Machine, which I believe is out of France. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes,
yeah,
that's correct. Yep.
Okay, cool. I know they just performed with Fragrance. So I put that together. They're both in France. I saw an Instagram story about it. Minuet Machine, I don't know super well, but they show up on my radio on Spotify, which I listen to like just to see who other people are listening to alongside of me to kind of get a baseline. And there's like 3 of their songs that I keep hearing over and over again. They're so good. So I put them in the set. Yeah. Do you guys play them here as well?
We have. Yes, man.
Yes, we do.
So one of the members of Minuet Machine is Helene, and she's in Haunt. I don't know if you've seen that band, HASE.
Yes, yeah.
French. Her label is called Synth Religion.
Okay.
And Minuet Machine and Haunts are on Synth Religion, as well as that band Fragrance.
Great. Okay,
they're all on the same label, so they're all buddies.
I love that.
And she runs the label. Yeah, and it's her own label. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's awesome. All right, so everyone support that label because that's super difficult to do. That's great. To start your own label like that is wild.
Hang out with them.
Yeah, same. That sounds really cool. I also have never been to France, so I would love to go.
yeah. Me and Mouse actually got to meet her in Germany the last time we were there, which was really nice. She's very friendly person, very down to earth, very nice, nice to talk to. So hopefully we get to see her soon in the future.
Yeah, I hope that we can all see everybody soon in the future. That's like love to do more of that.
Exactly.
Cool. All right, and before that was this a premiere on this show?
Is it a world premiere?
We haven't played it on the show. Nope, it's never been on the show.
It's out already, but I don't think it's world premiere. But I'll take a Communionafterdark premiere. We'll do that.
Yes.
All right. So, Cutscenes by Ashbury Heights featuring me, Danny Blue. And we talked a little bit about that before, about how that all came about. But I had the song under. So I don't really listen to my own songs very often because I get sick of it when I'm recording them and you hear them 10,000 times. But I keep putting the song on because I like it so much. So, that's a very impressive thing.
It's a great song. It's a great song. You have to listen to it. Like if you're an Ashbury Heights fan and you're like, oh, it's not their normal sound. If you listen to it a few times, you'll absolutely love that song. It's a great track. And Andrews can do no wrong. So, and adding you to the equation just made it that much better. But there's nothing. In my opinion, there's nothing Ashbury Heights ever does that's bad.
It's true.
I haven't heard anything.
Very few misses, many hits. All right, and last but not least, the first song that I played was Michelle by Nuevo Testamento. I don't know if you guys play this band.
We played one song off that.
Okay. Yeah, super good. Those like late 80s 808s and those like crazy synths I eat up. I love that so much. And they sound so authentic and so genuine. And it just has this beautiful like 80s pop sentimentality. It's really, really cool. And I was introduced to this band through my choreographer. My choreographer also teaches and will just like grab random songs and teach combos. And he put this in one of his combos for a dance class. And I heard it and I was like, what is this? This has to be from like 84.
84.
New song, yeah. And I looked it up and I was like, this just came out. This is insane. So yeah, I was super happy to find them. And now I just listen to everything. They're so good.
All right. So
this was an awesome set.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was a very good set. I love it.
I'm glad.
Yeah, new stuff. Yeah, a large amount of new stuff in there. So yeah, it was a very good time. And we got the Weekend on here, which we've never had before.
We played a Weekend cover. We played covered the Weekend on last week's show.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, that's right. I remember you ped that track. I didn't know that was the Weekend track, though.
You gotta look up the Weekend. I think you're gonna like everything he does.
Yeah, I gotta go start listening to him. That's true. All right, Gold, you ask some questions?
Concerning your music writing process, what kind of formula do you use?
Ooh, it depends. So it happens one of two ways. Either I'll have a track and write a top line to it, or I'll write a melody with lyrics, and then we'll develop the music that goes underneath it. So it's one of two ways. Either so Walter sometimes will just like come up with a track. Walter Casimir is my producer. Sometimes he'll come up with a track. Sometimes he has something that he's been working on that I hear, and I'm like, oh, I think I could make that work. And I'll just start writing to it. I listen. So I write a lot on the subway when I'm going back and forth. I live in New York. I live in Washington Heights, so I'm always going down back and forth to Midtown and wherever. And I find that the subway in New York is the one place that you can feel alone, even though you're like never really alone in New York. But like on the subway, everyone is in their own little personal bubble.
No eye contact.
Yeah, no eye contact, which I like appreciate.
Yeah. I think that's cool.
Yeah, it's great. And right now, especially, everyone kind of gives you your space, which is awesome. And the subways are super empty. But anyway, I've been writing on the subways for 11 years or so, just because it is the one place where you can sit and you can like hum to yourself and know that everyone else is on headphones and it doesn't matter, and like you don't look crazy because everyone looks crazy. But yeah, so I'll either get a track and I'll write a top line to that, or sometimes and I think the little gifts from the universe or something that we know in a future life, or something comes to you, and it's just a melody or a word, or you hear a word in a song it's maybe not even part of like the hook or anything. It's just like a little side word, and you're like, oh, that good, and that expands into something in a melody. And then I'll take that. I send to Walter these like crazy voice memos all the time, because the iPhone has this beautiful voice memo thing, but it's like just me like humming or mouth just random syllables into my phone like a crazy person on the street, and I'll just like send that to Walter and be like, this is what I'm thinking, here's the vibe, this is the pre-chorus, I don't know what happens after that, and then we get to sort of develop after that.
Interesting.
All right, so we are going to go to Gold set now, and then we'll be talking more to Danny before the show is over. We're not done, so don't go anywhere. Yes, and Gold, you can go ahead and spin some music, and we'll be back.
This is Communionafterdark Radio, and you are listening to DJ Gold.
driving fast through the night. The horizon in the mirror, city lights. It isn't right that we should be ephemeral beneath the sea of stars. Still given time, we all burn out in spite of what we think we are. Maybe our time is now, and through the smoke we'll breathe somehow, and all at once we'll hold their eyes. The flowers bloom and then they die. It's the lie we live for, pray for a curse that never comes. The worse we feel, the more we fight, an endless spiral through the night. I don't wanna give up, I don't wanna not try, don't wanna feel that life has passed me by. But every second I waste, I feel the air disappear, and all the fears that I faced are still right here. Time was always now. What future would our past allow? The flower blooms and then it dies, but in this moment we're alive. For pain we've had and fame we've missed, and all the times that don't exist, we drive into the night, toward the horizon's morning light. Beneath the sea of stars, in spite of what we think we are. Maybe our time is now, and through the smoke we'll breathe somehow, and all at once we'll hold their eyes. The flowers bloom and then they die. Maybe our time was always now. What future would our past allow? The flowers bloom and then they die, but in this moment we're alive.
I believe that whatever happened to us, the good things, the bad things, it all happened because God wills it. Years of policing in this city. Things I see day in and day out. It's very, very hard to have faith in humanity. Sometimes there's nothing else to do but just let go. I believe that whatever happens, the good things, the bad things, it all happens because God
of the Lamb of God.
Welcome back to Communion After Dark. I'm DJ Tom, and you just heard New Leather Strip doing a cover of Ministry's We Believe, and that's a digital single out on his Bandcamp page. Great cover of that. Prior to that, we heard FGFC 820 from Brooklyn, New York. And the song is
They're
called
in Brooklyn,
Crush.
New York? I'm so sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah. Yeah. Chime in anytime. Yeah.
Oh, wow. They're like down the street.
Well, yeah, well, you know, it's Rex Arcana, DJ Rex Arcana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So he kind of resurrected an older song because he's trying to get back in the groove of doing industrial music again. So this is the old song called Crush, but it's called the Letting Go mix. And he's got his own label upgoing called House Arcana, and that's out on Bandcamp as a digital single.
All right, so the fourth song, Gold Set, was by the band Clan of Zymox. They are back with a brand new album called Limbo on Treacle. Very good album, as we've talked about a few times now on the show. And the song he played was called The Great Depression. So check that out. That album is basically all based around the pandemic and the lockdown that occurred in 2020. Hopefully we don't have another one here in the near future. Let's hope for everybody who's had to go through this. It's been a large amount of pain, and we hope that it does not continue for everybody who's lost people in this situation. So that is what that album is about, and it's a great track. So listen and enjoy, and go buy the new album from Clan of Zymox.
Before that, Gold played Gulf Boulevard, who is local to this area. Freaking amazing. The song is called Agony in the Garden. He's released another single that you can get on Bandcamp. I think to date he's only released singles, which is, you know, like we said, may be the next big thing.
Yeah,
just release singles.
Don't do it. I'm just kidding. I like albums. I'm just old school like that. But Mitch is a really nice guy from Gulf Boulevard. Thank you to him for all he's done since he's come out and seen. Love his new music, and yeah, check it out.
And he's going to be at Absolution Fest this year.
Is he really? Yes, that's right. Mitch can be Absolution Fest. All right, we'll see you there, Mitch. Mitch's a good guy. I like Mitch. All right, go with your second song.
Okay, we heard a band called Ray Gun Romance, and the song is featuring Clint Carney from System Sin, and the song is called Sea of Stars. And that's a digital single. It's just about on every platform but Bandcamp. And I believe it's with Ray Gun. I was going to say Naked Ray Gun. Ray Gun Romance is, I believe, a member from
Powerman 5000.
Yep, you got it. Yeah, you got it. That's it.
Yeah, all right. Danny's got it.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank God I was here. I did his last single.
We would have been confused for like an hour.
I did his last single, I think 2 singles ago, Dying is Easy. I featured on.
Nice.
Ray Gun. Yeah, it's great.
Huh.
Yeah. Synths are really smooth on it. And, you know, Clint's got a great voice, too.
Yeah, for sure. The dude who mixes and masters those songs is, like, top class. Like, incredible. Dave Gozy is incredible.
I mean, Clint Carney's, like, multi-talented between that and his film work that he does, too.
Mm-hmm.
His horror films and his prop work that he did for a couple Star Trek movies.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, and then started off with XP8, who's back out came back out into the light. You know, they've been on hiatus for a while, but they're back, and the song is called Lockdown Logic, and that's the Straftance Miss X Isolation Rave remix from their 20 EP out on Bandcamp.
Cool. All right, thanks, Gold. Good job. We have donations real quick to read here. I want to thank everybody again who's helping us continue our show after 13 years. It's really appreciated. Wow. It's been a long time that we've been doing this. And we got one-time donation this week. We did get one, which I really appreciate, from a local person named Andrew Barber. I think everybody knows him. Yeah. So it's very nice of Andrew to donate to the show. Thank you, Andy. And he goes to the Castle a lot, which is, of course, the local goth club, industrial club here in Tampa, Florida, Ybor City. So thank you, Andrew. And he said he donated to the show because of my shot I did a couple weeks. So he said it was needed after that shot I did of Sambuca. So Sambuca's not that bad though. I've started to get like more of a taste for it.
Not that great either though.
No, it's it's kind of like, but yeah, but thank you. And we got monthly donations from John Dillinger, Ben Bullock, Maria Brodine, Marie Kiefer, who is from Wisconsin, Roland Pleinar, Joseph Mathiasen, William Carroll. We got a new monthly donation from Dominic Witzak. Thank you, Dominic, very much for joining our family. We appreciate that. A monthly donation from Nathan Price, Scott Zeman, Lauren Gustafsson, Alexander Vert, Helium, Mind Killer Inc. is also a new monthly donator to our show. Thank you very much for joining us. Frederick Lapham, Katia Gutinger, Ricardo Rodriguez, Dark Lord of Serpents, who we've had on the show before, CD, who is from EBM Worldwide. Thank you, Christopher, for helping us out again, and Ruben Carter. Much appreciated to every single one of you. So, Danny, you've, by the way, if you want to check out Danny's site, it's dannyblue.com. He has all his music on there, his biography about him. So check out his stuff. Yeah, it's good stuff. Everything is on there. So Danny, do you now, you started off making music, you said, back in 2010. And were you now I'm just asking, so I'm not really 100% sure what, your whole route was into the music scene, but were you modeling before that? Or are you modeling as well while you're doing the music? I don't know. I'm just asking what your your career has been.
Yeah. Sort of. So I actually, I came to New York to go to be an actor, like a musical.
Oh, okay.
Performer. Yeah. So I moved to New York. I took a year off between high school and college. Moved to Queens. Was auditioning, doing shows like musical theater stuff, and I had like no tattoos. I had eyebrows. My gauges were smaller. It was like I was kind of like just like assimilating to this like normal what I thought I had to look like to work. Anyway, and then I started school. I went to NYU for acting, starting in 2009. And about halfway through that, realized that I really hated being told what to do all the time. So I figured I wanted to create my own world as opposed to having someone else create worlds that I had to fit into. I started writing music. I wrote 2 albums. The one came out in 2011, one came out in 2014. They were called Do Your Worst and Saints, and they were the precursor to what became Echo Black. And I was the frontman for Echo Black. I still am, technically. And we started that in 2014. So I put the Saint album out in 2014. We went on tour. That band that I went on tour with became Echo Black. We came back, we started writing together. We put the Dawn album out in 2017. Have done multiple national tours, international tours if you count Canada. Opening for some great people. We opened for Jenna Torture, Scold, Cyclone 9, Combi Christ, Birthday Massacre. It was a trip. So we did all that, and then during the pandemic, we were going to write a couple more songs. We were going to put out an album. Things sort of took a little bit of a turn. We're kind of like a mini hiatus for the moment, and I'm just focusing on the Danny Blue stuff. Modeling wise, I do in and out, like whenever it comes my way, certain brands or certain things, or mostly I just model for like my own whatever I want to shoot or like whatever the photographer wants to shoot, and we just kind of have fun. And I kind of get all that out in all my acting stuff that I like miss doing. I get that out in all the music videos. That's why we do such big production music videos, and we have so much fun with them. I literally got a first draft back yesterday of the next music video that I'm going to put out, and it is like mind blowing. It's so good. I'm so happy with it. I can't wait for you guys to see it. But that is coming later this year. For sure. So to answer your question, yes, I do model and sing and do whatever it is that comes.
Right, whatever. Yeah, I saw you were on IMDb, so I saw your little profile on there, so I wasn't sure like whether you had actually. I guess you're trying to start doing the acting, as well. But Mouse said you were the prettiest person we've ever had on the show. So
don't tell him that.
Yeah, come on, Mouse.
I promise it's just Botox and a ring light. I promise.
But it's like that. I don't know if you've heard of the band Hertz, but the artist from that band, the singer from Hertz, he's a model for like he does like Gucci and stuff like that. And so
the guy from State of the Union does car commercials.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, well, oh, I lost.
No, I mean like stylish ones. I mean, he's like the model in the car driving.
I see.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
He doesn't like try to sell cars.
Car commercials.
He's the car salesman.
Gucci car commercials.
When I'm not touring, I'm a shirtless bartender. That's how it really.
Oh
is.
yeah.
Yeah. I was there till 5 a.m. last night. I'm glad I look so good.
Wow. You must have done a long night. Yeah. You're like Tom. You're always you're at the clubs late.
It's a typical Friday night.
Yeah.
Out till 5. Yeah. So check out DannyBlue.com. All his music that he has released is I'm guessing is listed on there. All
the links are there. You can take you to Spotify, take you to iTunes, take you to YouTube, take you all the places you want to go.
Paradise City was your last release, and then you, like you said, that was your album, and then you did the remixes for it, which came out afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
What was the inspiration behind Paradise City besides my name, of course?
Of course, yeah, no, it was an homage.
Wow.
So Paradise City was actually written during the pandemic. It was written in July. Like we actually started. There was going to be another song on the EP. It was called Enough. And we were writing it, and it was kind of moving along. And we're like, this doesn't really feel like it fits. It doesn't feel like it's the correct last song to put into the EP. So kind of scrapped it, and we'll probably use it for something else later when it feels more right. And then Walter had this track, and he sent it to me, and he was like, I really think this is the vibe that we should be going for. And it was not as intense as it is now, and it had it was more laid back, a little more trappy. And I was like, this is cool. And started writing to it, and it really was just about knowing that you understand things that a lot of people don't. And that comes from being either an outcast or a weirdo, or seeing once you see the truth, you can't not see the truth, and that's a blessing. So it's not really like an ignorance is bliss. It's really more about knowing how it is and accepting that, and that being a good thing, like knowing that you know how it really is. You're not being led. You know that you have an understanding of the world that a lot of people don't, or don't want to, is really what it is. There's a lot of like willful ignorance in the world. And I think a lot of that came to light mid-pandemic. And we saw a lot of things happen where we thought we knew the people around us. And then now we know that we sort of don't know the things that we know. And I think I think knowledge is always the way to go, is I guess the point of the song. Yeah, that was really the whole deal behind it, and it was written, mixed, mastered, released in like a month, like 30 days.
Wow, that's amazing. Cool. Yeah, that's off again. So I misspoke, and I apologize.
It's okay.
That's off the Pale Horse album,
correct,
which was released, and then you had after that you had the Pale Horse Pandemonium, which was I believe if I'm not mistaken, the actual remix release, which had Kane stuff. And Ashbury Heights, as you already mentioned, and many other artists on there as well. We did play a few tracks off that. Matt Hart.
Oh, yeah.
Nice
guy. Very supportive. Thank you very much. Matt Hart's on there. Black Nail Cabaret, who I'm obsessed with. Fragrance.
Yanix, which was cool.
Yanix. Kanga, Morris Black. A whole list. I know I'm forgetting, and it's crazy, but there's a whole list on there. It's really dope.
Yeah, it's awesome. No, really cool. Yeah.
PK0.
So make sure you check out the Pale Horse. That was self-released again, and so all your music has been self-released, which is pretty cool. You're doing it yourself. You're working through Bandcamp, which I think is a good idea, especially with the way things are nowadays. So do not miss out on checking out some of his music. We played, like I said, we played definitely a number of your tracks on the show before, but Danny Blue's Bandcamp, of course, is Danny Blue. It's 2 words, of course, Danny, and then BLU, just in case we have some new listeners who don't know your full music or your name. But yeah, take out the E, and you can find him on Bandcamp, and search out his music there. Some good stuff. Okay. So we will talk to Danny some more, though, for sure, before this is over with. Don't go anywhere. And we're going to finish out with one more song. Gold's going to finish off with one of his favorite artists of all time, or at least one of his more recent favorite artists.
I think it's one of his 2 favorites.
2 favorites, other than Devo. Devo's his
I was going to say Thomas Tulpe.
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But Devo's still Tom's favorite. And then he loves
one of
Garbage,
his 3
too.
favorites.
Yeah, one of his 3 favorites. Garbage, Devo, and Rummel Snuff, who is next. So come back for some Rummel Snuff.
Chefs in Deutschlands Osten, wenn ein Sachverhalt geeignet schien, verwiesen sie dich aus Berlin. Berlin Verbot, Berlin Verbot, damit wird gerne gedroht. Mit Berlin Verbot. Aus den reichen Winkeln der Welt winken Heuschrecken mit Geld, wollen von innen nach außen die Stadt übernehmen. Wie wär's, wenn die Folgendes bekämen? Hoa, hoa, Berlin Verbot. Hoa, hoa, Berlin Verbot. Der Morgenhimmel leuchtet rot und wir sind für Berlin Verbot. Sonst geht Berlin verloren an Schwätzer, Blender, Investoren, die den letzten Blick zur Spree verbauen und mit dumm Geschwätz den Tag versauen. Hoa, hoa, Berlin Verbot. Hoa, hoa, Berlin Verbot. Der Morgenhimmel leuchtet rot und wir sind für Berlin Verbot. Berlin Verbot. Berlin Verbot. Berlin Verbot. Berlin Verbot.
We're back at Community After Dark. Gold, did you want to talk about your Rummel Snuff song that you just played?
No, but everyone should just check out the album. It's really good.
All right, there we go. There we go. The name of the by the way, the name of the new album is called, what is that, Gold?
Equator Tough?
Equator Tough? Okay. All right, well, there you go.
Or Toffa.
I don't know if it's
All I
the
know is
at
that
the end.
we saw Rummel Snuff in concert. Just a real quick story. After WGT, and there was one of WGTs we went to in Germany, and man, he kept putting on different hats. That's all I remember. And he sang a Captain Tennille song, didn't he? Or was I?
No, he did. He did Mandy.
He did Mandy.
He did Mandy by.
All right, I thought so.
Danny Osborne.
No, the guy. No,
why
the guy.
I know Captain Tennille is because of my age, but yeah, I thought so because
Donny Osborne.
Put that hat on his head with that.
Barry Manilow.
Barry Manilow.
It's a Barry Manilow song. Oh, but
Yeah,
he
was
looked like
added-
Captain Tennille on the show on the stage because he had that captain hat on with the white and then the black rim, which was what the captain used to wear when they did their.
Before he divorced Tennille.
Yeah.
Did they get divorced? Really?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's a whole nother story for another show.
They can't
I
stand
had
each
no
other.
idea they got
But
divorced.
he puts on Mickey Mouse ears, and then they had all these people come up on stage with him and
This
sing
sounds
too.
like ridiculousness.
It was, and they added him at the last minute.
It was ridiculousness.
Yeah. And then I saw him at the out of line stand, and I was afraid to go up to him because he was so gigantic.
He's a very big dude. So, Danny, we thank you so much again for joining us. Danny is awesome.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
love him, and you need to check out his music again on DannyBlue.com. But we have some more questions. I'm sure Mouse has got Mouse has been talking about Danny for a long time. So you gotta have some more questions for him.
I talk about Mouse all the time too.
Thank
That's
you.
awesome.
Oh, Paradise, stop embarrassing me. Okay, so we know that you're into like dark pop. You have some pop influences. So what really are your musical influences to make music like this?
Wow. Okay. I guess it depends on the era we're talking about. So for right now, the music I'm making, in the process of making, is very disco inspired. So it's like Kylie Minogue meets Nine Inch Nails in sort of a way.
Wow!
It's really awesome.
Loves Kylie Minogue.
That's so cool. I had no idea. That's great. We went to this like 70s like Donna Summer place for a lot of the sounds and for a lot of the. So basically, we sat down during the pandemic. We're like, what are we doing here? Like, what is the music we want to make? And it was like, what is everyone going to want to do when this is all over? Dance. Because we haven't, in like 16, 17, 18, this is the perpetual thing, we haven't been able to go and dance. And that's where the inspiration for this new music that I'm making is coming from, is like all different types of dance music. So we're taking 70s disco, 80s synthpop, 90s EBM, and like early 2000s like power pop, that like, baby, you're all that I want, like that kind of like real hard like power pop.
Yeah.
And putting that all together and trying to make whatever that sounds like. So I think we're succeeding, and I'm very excited to get some of this new stuff out. But before that, for like the Pale Horse and such, basically, I basically pull from two worlds, and it is like industrial and like dark synthy music and like mainstream pop music. And I try to take, with every song that I write, I try to take one of each and throw them together of a different kind. So maybe it's Neitzer Eve and Lady Gaga, and maybe it's Nine Inch Nails and Christina Aguilera. And like, what do these things sound like when they're thrown together? Because I think those are the worlds that shaped me as just a human, not a musician, just a person. I grew up with rock and industrial through my youth. And when I came to New York, I went to the clubs, and that's where I like really became who I am. And the nightlife kind of made me the person I am, and brought me so much joy, and it's brought me like an entire life. So the tribute to that is that like queer pop, like hard bass music. It's like what I'm obsessed with.
Awesome.
Yeah,
and that's what's truly unique about your sound.
Thank you.
I used to make people watch Kylie Minogue's Aphrodite Blu-ray all the time.
Yeah,
when
all the time.
So good.
Gather, yeah, that's a phenomenal Blu-ray.
Yeah, she's been doing it for a long time. People forget that Kylie Minogue was like back in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, Dane, what's next for you though? I mean, now we've talked about your releases that you have out, and of course you recently, well, it's not recent, it's actually very new, the Ashbury Heights collaboration you just did.
Brand new.
But what is next for you going forward?
Yeah, so we did the Pale Horse, like we said, we did Pandemonium, and then I did the Dying is Easy with the Ray Gun Romance, and then this Ashbury Heights feature, Cutscenes, and now we're writing an album. So we're in the midst of it right now. We filmed some content for it. We are planning a bunch of releases and planning a bunch of things, and that's all I can really say, because nothing is like concrete enough to like give you dates or anything, but definitely in the works, and then planning on touring it as much as possible. So anybody who's listening, if you want to book me, let's do it.
Come to Tampa.
Yes.
I would love to come to Tampa. I want to play Absolution next year.
Yeah, all right, Danny. We'll meet you and you'll talk offline.
Great.
That'd be a great time. I would love to have you down here. So we'll figure out a way. Hopefully, all this crap is past us soon.
We're coming up. I know we keep saying it, but we're coming up on the end. We're coming up.
I think so. Yes, I think we're getting
safely
there.
Say, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So again, thank you. Thank you to Christian Banks. I want to make sure I mention him because
love Christian.
He set this up with having you on the show. I've known Christian for a long time. Yeah, from Fade and PR, good guy, and I know he promotes your music. He loves your stuff, and so yeah,
wonderful.
Thank you. He actually introduced us to you a number of years back when you first started helping, I guess, with your PR work.
Oh, so, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
So,
yeah, we love Christian's amazing.
Yeah, good guy. So thank you to him, and thank you again for joining us and talking about your music. And check out DannyBlue.com. Everything is up today, and tomorrow we'll have our YouTube video up, which includes this whole Zoom chat that we have going on. You don't want to miss that because you can see all of us in live person.
Yeah, high def.
That's right.
Live.
High def, yeah.
High def, yeah.
Recorded person. Recorded
4K.
High def. Recorded.
You can see our rooms.
You can see us.
You can see our pores.
It's you know. So join our 28,000 plus subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Love that.
Ah, it's very nice. Keeps going up. So let's get up to the 29,000. We'd like to get a little higher.
100,000.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, we
Aim high.
get there. That's a long ways off, but we'd love to get to that point one of these days. All right, guys. But yeah, spread the word about our show and spread the word about Danny's music, and we'll see you next week.
Right.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Danny. Thank you.
Thank you. There's that right. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I don't know enough about the weekend, but I do know I was in a restaurant today called. Well, it doesn't matter what restaurant I was in, but I heard this. We were listening.
You
to
say you might get the endorsement. Yeah.
A commercial.
Yeah.
There was a song on the overhead, and I was like, "Man, this is pretty cool." And then there was like a part in the song where they mixed in "Tears for Fears," which I thought was very interesting. I was like, so I didn't know what it was. I thought it might be The Weeknd because I know I've heard in the past how he mixes in some of the 80s stuff. And and then of course I did the whole Google thing, and yeah, sure enough, it was The Weeknd. Yeah, it's a pretty cool track. Yeah, some good stuff. I never really have listened to much of his music, but I really enjoyed that song. You know, and I thought it was really cool how he like spliced in the Tears for Fears stuff from the early days. Yeah.
Every time.
Don't do warm sake. Don't do warm anything.
I haven't had sake since college. We used to do sake bombs.
Yes. Yeah, that's the right way to do it. That's the way I should have done it. I should have just grabbed a beer and mixed
it. It's the most American way to have sake, I think.
Yes. Do you play any instruments?
I played the drums for let's see, about 10 years or so, through like elementary school through high school, and I was in marching band, I was in drum corps playing the drums, but nothing else, just the drums. I actually don't know anything about music theory besides like how to read basic scale and rhythms. It's
amazing because I mean you just follow your heart and you write music. Yeah,
I think I mean obviously music has theory, and obviously people who know theory can write music, but I think there's something special when it sort of just comes to you. It comes from somewhere else, and it's born of something else, and it's not rooted in like what it's supposed to be or what it's known to be. You know what I mean?
That makes sense. Yep, definitely.
All right, Danny, what you got going on behind you there on your shelf? Are those movies?
Yeah, this is our little DVD collection. So, fun fact: I used to collect DVDs when I was in middle school and high school. I had like 700.
You still like pull them off the shelf and open them up and
sometimes
watch them? Really?
Sometimes I know, like it's 2006.
No.
Yeah, so like every once in a while. So there's some things you just can't find. Like the Harry Potters weren't anywhere for a while. Now they're on HBO, so it's much easier. But they weren't anywhere.
Oh, they took them off of HBO last week.
God damn it! All right, well I have the DVDs, so you see this is the thing. So I have them all here. Little things that we knew we'd watch. The Crow is here.
Well, there's an article about how you shouldn't get rid of your media because.
You should not.
Yeah, you should not get rid of it because some of these companies, if there's problems with the licensing, like I think like movies like Face Off is like not even available to buy because of legal problems anywhere. You know,
right behind me. Actually.
Yeah, so it's just so otherwise you can say I have it. It's okay.
Classic.
You know?
Yeah. So Face Off is gonna be worth like $1 million one day. Wasn't even
they're trying to do a remake, right?
Are they really?
Or a sequel? I think with John Travolta and Nicolas Cage.
No. It's called Facelift, not Face Off.
Okay,
are you serious?
Because they're so old, it's called Facelift.
Yeah, honestly.
Will someone turn off that music?
That's enough. I'm putting an end to this freak show right now.